just free myself from my problems and slip away somewhere among the stars. That's why I'm so driven. I want to escape, and I'm allowing nothing to stop me. Whether or not that's the right thing to do is another matter entirely. They know that I've been acting like a hermit for weeks. Ayumi said that I was acting like I used to when we were little. Judging by what they said, they both know what's hurting me now is about the past. They just still haven't fit the pieces together. Oh well, I don't want to worry about it now. Tomorrow is another day. The next morning passes uneventfully. Before I know it, we're already back on the beach. Moko insisted that she needed to catch up on sleep. So it's just me and Ayumi today. Ayumi seems to be a lot more confident in the water. She's now able to handle herself in the surf. I head out there too, just to make sure she's fine. Hey Ayumi, having fun now? I guess it's kind of fun. You're handling yourself really well now. I think if you keep this up, you can become a great swimmer. Of course I'm doing well. I told you that I can do it, Seiji. But don't think I'm going to let your praise get to my head or anything, you fool. I know. There's one thing that's wounded easily, it's her pride. Ayumi is the sort of person who, when she sets her mind on something, she refuses to allow others to help. Which is kind of strange when I think about it now. When I offered to teach her how to swim, she accepted it. Of course your contribution slightly helped, only slightly. Nice to know that I helped out. Only a little bit. Don't think this means you can get away with being a raging pervert when I'm not looking. My grace only goes so far. What about those girls you saw in the hotel's pool, Seiji? I haven't seen them again. They're probably left by now. I should have known that you would try to cover this up. You've been trying to build a harem, haven't you? A harem? Well, why would I want to build a harem? I haven't even had a girlfriend before, let alone multiple girlfriends. I see. You must be a harem king who knows how to hide his true intentions. A villain which makes himself seem like a fool was actually manipulating everything in the background. Is your arcana that kind of jester? Are you comparing what I do to a video game again? No, I stopped playing those years ago. They're for children after all. But we're getting off the main point. You've been building a harem behind everyone's backs, and I plan to expose the truth. There's no harem. I swear, why does she keep making accusations like this? But, if there was more than one person who loved you, what would you do? Huh? What would I do? You aren't being serious, right? I am being completely serious. What would you do? Would you actually form a harem? That's a really good question. What would I do? I'd be willing to try it out, or polygamy is illegal? Well, see, this seems like a stacked question. Try it out because you know they both like him, or polygamy because you want to say the right thing. Try it out. Well, I don't really know. But I hate to hurt anyone by choosing someone else over them. So I guess I'd try it. I knew it! You're a rampaging pervert! Have you ever stopped to think about what... Oh no. I stopped listening to her as I watched something unfurl before me. Ayumi's top slips off, seemingly being untied by a pair of unknown hands. I can feel the blood rushing to my face. Now this is a sight I'm not going to see very often. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Don't you have something else you wanted to say, you fool? Ayumi? Oh, so she didn't even notice yet. Just say it, don't stand there with your jaw hanging loose. What's the problem? She still hasn't noticed it yet. Wading through the waves before me, I can feel a nosebleed coming on. There are bounce... No, don't think about that. Don't look. Honestly, why aren't you... Ayumi looks down at her exposed chest. Her eyes go wide with shock, and she quickly dives beneath the water. No! How did this happen? Seiji, did you have something to do with this? No, I didn't. I didn't do anything. Stop shouting. People are gonna notice. Look, I'll help you find... No, I refuse to let a wild beast like you handle it. There's no telling what you would do with it if you... Her face goes really red and her eyes begin to roll around. No, why am I thinking of something like that? What do you want me to do then? Just stand there and guard while I find it. But don't you dare look. I will administer divine punishment unlike anything I have before. I know, just hurry up. Fortunately, she manages to calm down enough to begin her search. The waters are too shallow, though. There's barely enough water for her to hide in. Her chest comes dangerously close to slipping out that one scented... What am I thinking about? I'm supposed to ensure that no one sees her. It's here somewhere, I'm sure it is. She's growing more desperate by the minute. And the longer she's exposed, the harder it is for me not to look. Don't think about it, Seiji. Here it is! She tries to put it on while still underwater. This is a lot harder than I thought it would be. Her fingers fumble as she tries to put it on. The top irregularly squeezes her chest, nearly causing it to slip off several times. Eventually, she manages to get it back on. After that, Ayumi swore she'd never go back to a beach again. I tried to convince her otherwise, but she just couldn't handle the embarrassment. She went back to the hotel ahead of me. But I don't see her anywhere. Good morning, Seiji! Momoko pops out of nowhere. It's the afternoon, Momoko. Ayumi and I have already been to the beach. Oh, I must have slept in too late. Do you know where Ayumi is? She went out to buy something. She'll be back soon, so don't worry. Really? What'd she need to buy? Snacks, of course. How do you expect us to get by without snacks? Well, that does make sense, considering how much you two eat. Seiji, don't make fun of my weight! I wasn't doing that. Well, I guess I'll forgive you this time. What do you want to do today? Well, I don't know. Maybe the beach would be nice to get. I open the balcony door, only to be blasted by icy wind. Why is it so cold? It's supposed to be summer right now. This morning was really warm. This is really unusual. Maybe someone performed a ritual to an obscure god for colder weather. That sounds completely absurd. It does now, doesn't it? Why would anyone want colder weather if they're at the beach anyway? Who knows? I'm sure they have their reasons. Why don't we spend some time at the beach today? But I've already gone and it's getting cold. No fair, you went with Ayumi. Go with me too. I have to think of a way to avoid the water. So how about the shack again? You wanted snacks, didn't you? Her eyes light up at the suggestion. Brilliant thinking, Seiji. Food and the beach go together perfectly. As we arrive at the shack, Momoko insists on pressing up against me. We've been walking along the beach the entire time and she refuses to give me any space. Now Seiji, you look like you're cold. How so? I don't know. Maybe you'd like some company. We could share body heat. It's a cold day, you know. I don't think that is really... When did that happen? Where is her top? I can already feel the blood rushing to my head. There. What's wrong, Seiji? I try to avert my eyes as best as I can. What? Why are you looking away like that? Look down. She's a bit faster to notice it than Ayumi was. No! She immediately covers her chest, looking really upset about it. It does little to help her, though. They just go around her hands. All it does is make it worse. Why did that happen? Seiji, could you give that to me? It's kind of different when we're not in the water. Seiji, please! Okay, just don't move. I'm glad she's not shouting like Ayumi was. This is going to be a lot easier for me to do. I immediately retrieve her top and offer it to her. Here, put it back on. But I can't do it myself, Seiji. Could you help me put it back on, please? I can feel my blood turn to ice when she says that. Seiji, please? Ayumi always helped me with it. I can't do it myself. I'll go get Ayumi. She'll be able to. No, don't leave me like this, Seiji! Please help me! What choice do I have? Awkwardly, I begin to fasten it around her neck. Just keep going, Seiji. You're almost there. I wish I were. I don't even know how these things work. I'm just tying it into a knot behind her neck. That's how it works, right? I hope it's how it works, otherwise this is going to be really embarrassing for me. I reach around trying my best not to look. Seiji? What? I can't see where my hands are going. I can do that myself. You don't need to touch me there. What is this soft feeling? I immediately pull my hands away. I'm sorry. Sorry for what, Seiji? Do you feel warmer now? Because your face is burning. Sometimes Momoko just scares me. Do you even need help at all? Of course I did. This girl. I need to cool my head. I leap for the water. Seiji, I wouldn't go in there. But it's too late. I'm far too hot. I need to... It's like I've stepped into a freezer. I immediately scramble out, every part of me shivering. To my despair, the wind begins howling. Each gust of wind feels like it's cutting into my very soul with frozen talons. Momoko looks mortified as I stand there shivering. Oh no, you're cold, Seiji! She's holding out a towel to me. We have to get you somewhere warm as soon as possible. We wouldn't want you to catch a cold, would we? But it's summer, how could I? Too late, she's already pushing me away from the shack. Come on, Seiji, back to our hotel room. It's not like I can resist. She bursts into the hotel room, dragging me along the ground. We need to get you out of those clothes right away. You're gonna catch a cold if you don't get changed quickly. I don't need any help with that. She's ignoring me. Next, we need to get you into bed. Proper rest is needed for recovery, after all. Recovery from what? I haven't even gotten changed. Your fever, of course. I already know that you have one. But I don't feel anything. I head towards the door. I'll be fine, Momoko. Now then, I'm headed to the shops. So is there... Ah! Momoko slips her arm around my neck and starts dragging me away. You can't go back out there today. Not at all. What would happen if you were to get sick? So today, just stay indoors with me, where I can keep you nice and warm. If you got sick, I don't think I could live with myself, Seiji. Isn't that being a bit dramatic? Momoko, let me go. I need to check your temperature. Anally. Before I can even protest, she pulls my head towards her. You feel like you're burning up. That's not good at all. Don't get sick, Seiji. She doesn't sound very upset about it, though. Her grip is loosened slightly at this point. It would give a chance to escape. It would be a chance to escape before she goes through with what she's planning. Try to escape or go along with it. Escape. As quickly as I can, I slip out of Momoko's grasp. Seiji! Get back here! She regains her grip on me. Dragging me into their room, she throws me on her bed, still in my wet clothes. Time for rest! Bit by bit, she slowly crawls along the bed and huddles up against me. Don't worry, I'll be right here if you need anything. I pull myself out of her grasp and sit up. Really, I'm feeling fine. There's no need to... In the blink of an eye, her arms pull me back onto the bed. She forces my face into her chest, preventing me from moving. No, Seiji, you aren't getting away with that. It's time for me to look after you. You shouldn't hide your own discomfort, silly. Her iron grip on me doesn't loosen for a second. She has me well and truly trapped here. This is so nice. I could lie here forever. If I actually have a fever, wouldn't it be a bad idea to be near me right now? What if you caught it too? Don't worry about me, just lie there and get some rest. Her grip loosens, but now, it's almost as if we're married in some weird way. Wait, why am I thinking of things like that? She's just lying in bed with me, that's all. Do you remember when I got sick that one time and you refused to leave my room?